Can I get your attention also here? Not as political as tadi, tapi ada isu juga. Not as very contentious as the perbincangan tadi. Sebenarnya pagi ini, saya telah berjumpa dengan Menteri Kewangan. Saya telah berjumpa dengan Menteri Kewangan, Tunku Zafrul, untuk membincang satu isu yang saya telah fokus untuk 2-3 bulan yang lalu, iaitu berkait dengan dana bantuan sewa ataupun apa yang dipanggil Rental Relief Fund. Dalam perbincangan itu kita ada lebih kurang 45 minit dan bersama-sama dengan Menteri Kewangan ialah Dr. Johan. Dia itu adalah ketua untuk budget untuk isu ini. So this morning I went to see the Minister of Finance to present to him a concept paper which is being distributed right now and to suggest to him that it is time that the Malaysian government consider a rental relief fund. At this time, just for your information, just to bring to your attention, that the rental relief fund, the government has got a tax relief fund of 30%. But in the last 1-2 months, I've met with leaders of industry. I've met with, let me give you the names of the Malaysian, I've met with the Malaysian Medical Association, Malaysian Pharmaceutical Association, Malaysian Hairdresser Association, and then individual pharmaceutical people, as well as other small businessmen. Maybe we would have met about 20 to 25 people. And what they tell us is that that the operating cost is extremely very high. The operating cost, which largely is labor cost and rental cost, is extremely very high. And therefore, even if they get support from the landlords for a 20% reduction in rental, it is still not enough. It's still not enough. So a lot of them are thinking about closing shop. Means that if they don't get support in the next 2-3 months, a lot of our small businessmen, SMEs included, will close shop. And therefore, it means that more people will be displaced. And the tahap pengangguran pun akan menaik. So based on this, saya telah selepas perbincangan dengan pihak peniaga-peniaga kecil dan juga sederhana, saya telah membuat satu rumusan, konsep paper, di mana saya telah mengatakan bahawa walaupun kerajaan sekarang memberi bantuan, satu menerusi wage subsidy scheme untuk menolong pekerja-pekerja masih kerja dalam kilang-kilang, office dan sebagainya, dan juga menerusi loan moratorium. Ini memberi kelonggaran untuk bisnes supaya membayar, to reschedule their payment. Tetapi apa yang hilang dalam sistem ini, apa is missing in the system is the rental fund. And rental fund, as you know, adalah lebih kurang 20 hingga 30% daripada kos untuk menjalankan bisnes. So, saya telah dalam perbincangan itu saya telah mengatakan kepada pihak menteri bahawa the operating cost is far higher than the support given by the government. And therefore, the government harus consider to give a rental relief fund kepada pekedai-pekedai dan juga retailers dan juga peniaga-peniaga yang terpaksa menangani masalah ini. So it was very important to say that the minister was receptive to the idea. In fact, he was quite positive in accepting the idea, and we had a good discussion about the way forward in terms of trying to get the fund going. So I think this is just quite important. So my office also promised that we also talked about how to roll out the system though. So if the government comes out with the system, how to roll out the system. So we talked about the experiences in other countries, how they're doing it in United Kingdom, how they do it in Singapore, and how they're doing it in Hong Kong. We just had a discussion. So and the number that I looked forward is we asked for 1 billion ringgit, but the minister thinks that it's far higher than 1 billion ringgit. Because of the number of companies that are involved, number of retail shops that are involved, number of small and medium enterprises that are involved. So it's good that he actually considers giving more than 1 billion ringgit in order to support small and medium industries. So basically, I wanted to report to you that it was a very positive meeting. It was a very positive meeting. It was about 45 minutes to 1 hour. It was a back and forth. We had a conversation. It's not a lecture, but a conversation, a meaningful conversation. And the whole point is that today our businesses are suffering. Our businesses are going to close, especially the small and medium industries. And largely the medium and the small industries, they are suffering and they need financial help. If they get that help, then these small businesses will be sustained and they can carry on their small businesses without letting go of workers. So with the rental relief fund, you can save businesses as well as save jobs. This balance we need. And the minister acknowledges the fact that our companies are having difficulties and that we need to save jobs. So I just want to impress upon you and to report to you that this is important, and I hope that the government will give further consideration. And on our part, we will also talk to the minister further and explain how a rollout can happen so that every Malaysian who needs help, especially in this very difficult time, will get help though. On that note, I thank you. Any questions if you have? Jerry, any questions that you have? I guess no, there's no questions. With that, thank you very much though.